Hello YouTube fans, welcome to another edition of the Backyard Professor videos. I just wanted to give you a heads up real quick on, there's been a review, actually a review article published in the Farms Review for 2006, and it's by Richard Sherlock on intelligent design and the Latter-day Saint point of view. And in his article, he advocates that we LDS should embrace intelligent design. And I absolutely, fundamentally disagree quite strongly with Brother Sherlock. I don't believe the Latter-day Saints should embrace the intelligent design movement whatsoever. It's lousy science. I wanted to give you a heads up on what I've done. I've actually typed up a partial rebuttal of Sherlock's article in the Farms Review, and it's on my Backyard Professor blog. Now, to get to my Backyard Professor blog, in the search engine, you have to type in Backyard Professor as one word. Don't put a spacing between them. That's just the way it had to be set up. Backyard Professor, Professor, and then it'll take you to it. And it's the top article. I've got 3 different articles now up on intelligent design, and it's bringing out some good discussions. I have some LDS evolutionary scientists on there. I do have a creationist on there discussing things back and forth. And now first I want to say too that Farms has done the right thing in publishing this. Now I know there's some LDS on the internet who say, no, Farms made a huge error. I don't think so. Farms is more of a think tank. The idea is to get ideas out and generate some discussion. Get some understanding. The only way we're going to come to grips with these magnificent issues that we deal with, whether it's science, religion, philosophy, history, whatever, is to bring them out. And everyone has a say. This is good. This is a great thing that Farms has done. And I know that Farms is not a monolithic organization where everyone thinks alike. I happen to know that personally. There are LDS people who have disagreed with my articles that I have published in the Farms Review. I've done one on the Book of Abraham facsimiles, answering James White, is the Mormon my brother. I believe it was in either 2000 or 2001. Then I did another one on answering the Tanners a couple of years later. And I know there have been some people who've disagreed with some of my conclusions and ideas. That's the idea. The idea is to get the discussion going. So I want to thank Richard Sherlock for getting this discussion of intelligent design going. Unfortunately, I find that Sherlock does not engage the intelligent design scientific discussion on both sides. Let me state this very clearly. The nice thing now is when you go onto my YouTube account or on my blog, my Backyard Professor blog, you can see the sources. I think I've got like 17 footnotes. It's not exhaustive. I just basically talked about one particular situation that Sherlock discussed on intelligent design. Let me state this as clearly as I can. Michael Behe's the intelligent designer advocate. Michael Behe and his irreducible complexity has been shown to be unscientific. There is no evidence that evolution works in the way that Michael Behe advocates when he talks about irreducible complexity, proves a designer created things. That is simply false. I can't say that strongly enough. Now I've got some evidence posted in the printed format. You can look up the sources. You can see where they are. You can see where I'm using them. I would encourage you strongly, if you can, to get those sources. It's not exhaustive. I have a lot more to go. I don't have an enormous amount of time right now to write out the full rebuttal to Brother Sherlock. But I will, given time. But for now, here's the heads up. Brother Sherlock, I absolutely disagree with you on the scientific validity of intelligent design. I think he has simply fallen back into the creationist logic. In a nutshell, the creationist logic, which has been completely destroyed, it is not proper evolution. It is not proper science. They seem to think that if there is something that science cannot explain, then we ought to invoke God as the cause. And there's going to be huge disappointment because given enough time, science has found explanations on hundreds of issues that the old school creationists used to think refuted science, and now it doesn't. And that is the trend going on right now today, especially with intelligent design, because intelligent design has adopted the creationist logic that if there's something unexplainable in science, then it must mean there's something to do with God. That is a lousy logic. That is a logic that's going to cause you to lose your faith. It's not a logic I subscribe to. It's absolutely not the logic the Latter-day Saints should incorporate. Heavens no. That would be a disaster of magnitudinal proportions. No, I appreciate what you're trying to do, Richard Sherlock, but you're going about it all wrong. He didn't engage both sides of the intelligent design discussion. The scientists, both in court and in print, have completely wiped out intelligent design as a valid science. Irreducible complexity has been proven false. I present some of that in the Backyard Professor blog in print. And I will continue to bring in more of my analysis of the various parts of Sherlock's article. I actually disagree with some of his religious ideas too. Some of his religious interpretations. Richard Sherlock does not speak for the Latter-day Saints. When it comes to either science or religion and the intelligent design issue. The intelligent design philosophy, adhering to Philip Johnson's ridiculous lawyer approach to science, which doesn't work, and Michael Behe's non-scientific evidence that has been completely refuted, that is just simply not something I, as a Latter-day Saint, am going to do. No, you've got to make your case for science stick, and I don't think Richard Sherlock has done that at all. Not at all. So go check out my Backyard Professor blog, type in one word, and then you can read about it. And I know many of you have asked me, hey, can't you write the sources down so that we can look them up? I do that in this article, some of them. There's many, many, many more I also can and will bring out. So thanks again, and happy reading to everyone. See you later.